Hey friends, and welcome back to my channel. For today's pick a card, we are going to be doing your month of May predictions. So basically what this means is we're going to be taking a look at your current energies in your life and then see how those will transpire into the energies you'll be experiencing or around in the month of May. We'll be taking a look at the successes, the obstacles, and just the overall lessons or things to have gained, things of value that you'll experience in the month of May, and then what you can kind of do with that moving forward. So I have my 4 card piles here. Here in a minute, we'll do the overhead view so you can take a look at the different piles and different crystals, and you can use your intuition to help you figure out which one of these piles has the correct message for you. But really quick, before we get started with that, I do want to mention, if you give me a follow on Instagram at Silver Winter Tarot, you can shoot me a DM and ask me about my personal readings. I offer different priced, different timed readings, and similarly to my YouTube videos, it'll be an overhead shot. I create the video, I turn it into a private link for you, and I send it to you that way. That way you can view it on your own time or as many times as you would like. So yeah, with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into today's pick a card. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump right into the different card piles that I have here for you. Here we have pile 1, 2, 3, and 4. Each has a different crystal on top. So here for pile 1, we have some red jasper. So if you're feeling really called to the red jasper crystal, then this is going to be the pile for you. On pile 2, we have some clear quartz. Hopefully you can see it okay with the shine of my light. On pile 3, we have some amethyst. And on pile 4, we have some labradorite. This one is my favorite because look at that flash. It's so pretty. Okay, so with that being said, feel free to pause the video, take as long as you need to, figure out which one your intuition is pointing you towards. And if you're having a hard time figuring out which one is for you, you can either close your eyes and whichever number 1 through 4 pops into your head first, go with that pile. Or if that's too tricky, then you can focus your sight here. And once you are focused on that crystal, shift your attention to your peripheral vision, and you will notice that one of these card piles just has a natural magnetic pull where you feel like you cannot help but look at it, and that is the pile for you. So be sure to check out the description or the comments, as there will be timestamps for you to jump right over to your reading whenever you have found it. So with that being said, let's get into it. Okay, group 1, this is going to be your month of May predictions. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So first, to start out, I'm going to pull 3 tarot cards, and we are going to go from there. Month of May predictions. So first we have the Star card coming up in reverse. Next we have the 10 of Wands coming up in reverse, as well as, let's see, what's next here? Knight of Swords in reverse. Okay, so let's get these set up here. The Star card, 10 of Wands, and Knight of Swords. So let's start with the Star card. So when this is in reverse, this is telling me that you are in need of more rest, and that's what's coming your way. Okay, so your body needs to relax. I think you've been doing too much. And it's probably been in a productive way, like no doubt about that. But I feel like you've been overworking yourself, overburdening yourself. And the month of May is like, okay, it's time to slow down. That's what you're also being asked with the Knight of Swords, is to slow down. Swords have to do with our thoughts, our perspective, and how we understand things. And this card in the upright is like super quick ideas, quick moving, like go, go, go. And the reverse, it's asking you to slow down, stop overthinking, stop being too critical of yourself. It's time that you put faith and trust, which is what this card is about, in the universe, in yourself, and lighten your workload. This is like, imagine doing all the things, right? And now you're overwhelmed, you're burnt out, you feel like your time management is poor, you've been like kind of spread thin. I mean, all the wands in his hands, he's doing so much work, he can't even see what the next step he is taking. So the month of May is really going to be a time for you to slow down. You're being asked to slow down, and you will actually notice that things in your life are kind of slowing down. And especially when you have a mindset where it's like, I'm going to intentionally be moving slower. I'm not going to second guess myself all the time, and just like take it easy a little bit. And I know, we all have to work. We all have to still, if you're a parent, that's definitely not ever easy, slow job, but like there are still ways where you can work in and build in that time for yourself to be like, okay, I can just kind of breathe now. Okay, here we have the Devil card. So what are you needing to release? What is holding you back? Because there's either some choices or just some things in your life that are holding you back. This can look like addictions, procrastination, anything like toxic habits, negative cycles, anything that you're engaging in. That could pertain to your overthinking. That could pertain to saying yes to things that you need to actually be saying no to. Think of anything in your life that holds you back from feeling peace, joy, authenticity, and success. What are those things? Those things may even be something that feels comfortable to you, or it's been your norm for a while, or it's like, oh, but maybe I actually really like doing this, but it's just like more instant gratification and then long-term kind of stressful. So this is going to look different for everybody because these are general readings, but figure out what has been holding you back. Here we have the Nine of Cups in reverse. So yeah, you're not really feeling fulfilled with how things are currently going in your life. And I feel like right now this really has to pertain to like, what are the actions you are taking? How are you spending your time? How are you spending your time with yourself as well as your time doing things with others? Like, are you constantly being critical of yourself, harsh on yourself, thinking of all the things that you wish you could have done differently or could have done better? Like, I feel like that's also leading to a sense of burnout and a lack of trust within yourself, and the universe may be feeling like, oh my gosh, like, when can I have a break? When can I just have my dream come true of feeling put together and like I can just breathe? That is the message I'm getting here. But it's like, okay, slow down, slow down. You don't have to worry. Don't stress out too much. There are things in your life that are holding you back. So now is a time, month of May, right? You're going to be resting more. Now is a time to reevaluate the situation that's going on right now. So that's where you kind of put yourself in observation mode while you're resting. You'll notice you'll maybe do something that you've done every day. And maybe you're finally realizing, because you've taken some time to slow down and you're not thinking about all these other things, maybe after you have done that activity, like let's say, this is just a random example. Let's say every day you're like, okay, I'm going to drink my giant energy drink. And you're like, I do this every day. It's part of my norm. I feel weird if I don't do it, right? But then you do it and you realize, oh, okay, I actually feel a little anxious. Maybe that's because I drank this giant energy drink and I don't actually need it, right? So that's just one example. So even though that's something that's comfortable to you, maybe you're recognizing this isn't good for my health. It's making my heart rate go up. It's making me think more. It's making me anxious. So be very conscious of what you're consuming, like with food and watching and hearing. That's going to be really important. And just other things in your life. What can you do different to help you feel healthier, to help you feel more put together, to help you feel more rested, and just okay with being in your present life? I feel like maybe some of you also kind of need to put the phone down and just be more involved in your present life. Okay, let's see what else is going on. We have the Judgment card. Yes. You are seriously being called to let go of things holding you back, of those toxic habits, toxic patterns, toxic mindset. Like, this is a true calling. This is your purpose. You are meant to relax, chill out, slow down, quit doubting yourself, quit doubting life in the month of May. It's time to chill out, get some insight, be in observation mode. And then I feel like month of May is going to be like getting all the info together, and probably by the end of it, starting into June, right? Is that what's after May? Then you're going to be like, okay, now I can see just how much making the conscious choice to let go of these things and to put myself first is serving me. And everything's going to start falling into place. So this is your true calling. This is your purpose. So like now is the time for you to really let those things go. This is going to be a huge pivotal point in your life. That is what I am getting here. We have the Three of Swords. So something to remember is when we are making big shifts, big positive change in our life, when we let go of things that feel like the norm, especially if it's something that we like kind of have a habit to do, letting go of that's hard. So that's probably going to be a challenge. You're probably going to have some hardships when it comes to, oh my gosh, like I just want to change this out of my schedule. Why is this so hard to let go of? I want to change this habit. Why is this so hard to let go of? There may be actual grieving. There may be tears. There may be feelings of just wishing things could be different. That's what I'm really feeling like. This whole energy is just like, I just wish I could have a break, right? But the thing is like the only way out is through. And you're being really called to face your emotions, to face these things, to work through them. And that's the only way that you're going to see out, like to see the other side of things that you have been wishing for and dreaming for. It's absolutely yours. You are capable of having it. You just have to face these things and be willing to be vulnerable with your emotions. So next we have the Queen of Wands in reverse. This also signifies that you are needing to be a little bit more kind and gentle with yourself. The Queen of Wands is somebody who is really proud of who she is, and she's accepting of every version of herself. That's the impulsive version of herself. That's the version of herself that made choices that were not aligned with how she feels now. This is the version of herself where she's maybe not communicated effectively. All of those things that we would wish we could change about ourselves or do differently, the Queen of Wands doesn't worry about, because she knows that that served its purpose in that time of her life. And now she has changed her perspective. She has elevated her frequency, and she is fully accepting and embracing of who she is, even the parts of her she wishes she could change, because she understands that that was all necessary to bring her to where she is now. So you're kind of being asked to not only face these things about yourself, but to be kind to yourself about it. Don't hate yourself for it. You can only love yourself into change. You cannot shame yourself into change. Next, we have the Five of Pentacles, and this talks about a lack mindset. So maybe a tendency to focus on things when they're difficult, or this could be like, oh my gosh, why is everything so hard? So many bad things have happened today. And maybe these are just minor inconveniences, but it's so easy to blow them out of proportion because everything else in life is so stressful. So you're being called to let go of that lack mindset and to step into a position where it's like, okay, like I am not gonna be miserable all the time. Aren't you exhausted of being miserable? Aren't you tired of being annoyed and stressed and irritated and all these things? It's time to stop it. And then here we have the Knight of Wands. Persevere, keep pushing through. Do not give up on yourself. Do not give up on this. Do not give up on yourself. Absolutely keep pushing through. Don't let this lack mindset take control, because like this is going to keep wanting to come up, because this has been our bad habit. This has been what is holding us back. So let it go. Anytime. Okay, I saw something really funny the other day that made me laugh. So how this came up is I have OCD, so like I get intrusive thoughts, right? And they suck sometimes, but I am understanding that like that's just a thought. That doesn't say anything about what I believe. It doesn't say anything about what's going to happen. It's just a stupid thought. So I saw this funny thing, and this girl was like, anytime I get an intrusive thought, I just tell it, very cool, Kanye, thank you, or, you know, whatever, right? Like, if you've seen that meme, you'll understand it. If you haven't seen the meme, then you're going to be like, what the hell is she talking about? That's okay. But it's basically like, whenever you get those lack mindset thoughts in your mind, just say, you know, say something silly about it. Say, very cool, Kanye, thank you. Or, you know, let's say you get a lack of mindset where you're starting to feel like, everything's hard, nothing works out for me. You can just say like, thoughts like, shut up, you know, like just be silly with yourself. Just be like, girl, be quiet. You know what I'm saying? just do whatever it is that you can like lighten the mood. When you notice that negative thought come in, make yourself laugh. Like, life is not that serious. It might feel serious, but it's not that serious. So don't give up on yourself. Be more silly and just allow yourself to go through the motions and have a sense of humor while you do it. And then here we have the Four of Wands. So this is all about harmony and a celebration and your sense of community and home and stability. So you're going to have a lot of success with this. This is going to deepen and secure the stability and harmony in your home with yourself, with your family, or whoever it is that you are living with. It's just going to feel better. Your own personal space is going to feel like how it's meant to feel. And here we have the Two of Pentacles. So time management is going to be super duper important throughout this time. This could look like time, energy, money, right? So where are you spending your money? Are we doing it out of impulsiveness to bring us a small hit of dopamine? Are we spending our time looking at things that make us feel angry, like politics? Are we spending our time around people that bring us down? Are we spending our time indulging in things that make us feel not the best later? You know, think about that. Think about all of those things that could be potentially holding you back. And whenever you're about to do one of them, say, you know what? I'm actually not going to do this right now. I am going to do one of the positive versions of it, right? So let's say you find yourself getting in a loop. You're looking at things that make you upset on social media, right? It's like, okay, I'm not going to do this. I am going to do something that makes me happy. And I'm going to tell you, it's going to feel weird. You're going to feel a resistance to doing the thing that makes you happy because oddly enough, your brain, your body is like craving that anger because you've been perpetuating it. So now it's like you don't want to do it. So catch yourself doing it and say, you know what? I'm going to put on my favorite song. I'm going to lighten the mood. I'm going to put on something silly. Or let's say you are about to, I don't know, eat like a whole thing of cookies and you're like, I know I shouldn't do that because I feel sick to my stomach after every time I do that, even though I love it. So instead of doing that, I'm going to make myself some really yummy like fruity water or a tea, and I'm just going to sit to myself and drink it and like maybe have some quiet time. So just an example of how you can make a conscious decision to make better choices, even when you don't feel like you want to. So let's go ahead and do some oracle cards and see what else is coming up for your month of May. Believe and reveal. So yeah, stop downing things. Quit downing things. It's time to believe in yourself and to believe that it is fully possible for you to have the life that you desire. You are fully capable of creating it. And through this process of you letting go and slowing down and cutting away the things that are holding you back, you're going to be revealing a part of yourself that you didn't even realize existed. And that's a version of you that is confident and capable and happy. So let's see what else is coming up for you, group one. Look at the bigger picture and a time for healing. Absolutely. So a lot of times when we get so stuck on a lack mindset and these teeny tiny things ruining our life, it's because we're making a huge deal out of this one speck of a moment in our lifetime. Look at the bigger picture. Look at who you are on a bigger scale. These small moments, even if they feel big, even if they've been lasting for a long time, these moments do not define you. They don't define anything about your life. They don't change your worth or value. You have to look at the bigger picture, say, here I am right now, and I believe that I am capable of cutting away all this crap, and I believe that I am capable of healing my mindset and how I feel about myself, how I perceive the world around me. And through that, I will be revealing a new, confident, joyful, and successful self that I didn't even realize was capable. That is what you're going to be experiencing. So let's just do a few of these cute little affirmation cards, and then that'll be it for your reading, group one. Enjoy the little things. Yes, bring more silliness into your life, more fun into your life. Like, one thing that I noticed about my kids that I love, which you'll notice is about any kid, is just the way that they view everything in life. And like my older son, one of my favorite things that he ever said was, one day we were playing outside and he looked up at the sky and started laughing. And I was like, what's so funny? And he said, the clouds, they're moving. And I'm like, dang, this is his first time seeing clouds move. And it was just so cool because he thought it was so funny and so beautiful and amazing. And we're over here just like, yep, the clouds move. So enjoy the little things and take one step at a time. This is something we can often forget to do, especially when we are trying to get our life together. We want to change everything at once, and then that leads to overwhelm. It leads to a lack of trust and overthinking. So slow down. Every day is a new beginning. Chill out. Slow down. Also, the mushrooms are really standing up to me. You got 2 mushrooms on here. Maybe mushrooms in some form or fashion can be beneficial to you. I'm not condoning drug use. However, I don't know, some people microdose, that can be helpful for them. There's also mushroom water that I am seeing that could be helpful for you as well. So again, I am not saying do not do drugs, but the mushrooms are really standing out to me. So I don't know, if you find that mushrooms mean something to you, maybe it does. Maybe it's just your little good luck thing. Maybe you'll start noticing them around more. But yeah, group 1, that is your reading. Thank you so much for taking time to listen to me yap about what your month of May is going to look like. And yeah, I will see you in the next one. Bye. Okay, group 2, this is going to be your reading on what to expect for your month of May. So let's go ahead and start with 3 tarot cards, and then we're going to go from there. So let's see what is coming for your month of May. Ooh, here we have the Death card, the Knight of Swords. Let's do one more. 10 of Swords. Okay, so first let's talk about the fact that there are 2 sword cards here. Swords have to do with our perception, our understanding, our problem solving. It's just the way that we comprehend and also the way that we communicate. So let's start off with the Knight of Swords. This is very quick thinking and quick moving, taking fast action at your ideas. And this could also look like your level of understanding and perception is like, I feel like you're very quick to be like, okay, what is going on? How am I going to approach this? What do I need to do? I'm going to do it right now. So that's kind of the energy that I'm getting here with your Knight of Swords. And then moving over to the Ten of Swords, it's like there has been so much, I feel like so much overthinking that it's probably been had more of a hard or negative impact on you than positive. Obviously wanting to have all the right answers and do all the right things. Like, yes, everybody would like that, but sometimes when you are too focused on that, you can end up stabbing yourself in the back in the end because you are like doing a disservice to yourself. You're stuck in this mindset of, I feel like I have to think about everything and get all the right answers before I can do anything. And you almost like burn yourself out before you can really get to where you need to be. And so this Death card in reverse here, this is telling me that there is a little bit of a resistance to making this change, to shifting a perspective to one that recognizes you don't have to have all the answers and that you can slow down and still achieve what you need, that you don't have to overwork yourself to death or overthink yourself to death. And another thing is with it being in the reverse, is that you're being called to make this more personal, internal transformation. So no matter what, this is a transformation, but in the reverse, it's a more internal, personal one rather than like a outside of your life physical transformation. So not only will you be focusing on getting a better understanding of how you can shift your mindset and thought process when it comes to your own things, but in return, you're going to be able to start recognizing what's a more effective, healthy way for me to communicate my thought process with the people around me and with myself. So let's see what else is coming up for your month of May. Here we have the Temperance card in reverse. So needing more patience and gratitude. This is probably why you're so quick thinking, wanting to do all the things, overthinking everything, trying to get all the answers, is because you're like, having no patience. It's like, I need this to be done now, and I'm going to do whatever I can to get there. And whenever you kind of have that mindset with all of this going on, you're not really finding any time to, what was that? What was that? Okay, sorry, there's a weird sound. I don't know what it was, but anyways. Whenever you're in this mindset, you're not really finding time to be grateful or to enjoy or to slow down and really understand what is happening around you, because you're so focused on all these other things. So there's a lack of gratitude and a lack of patience and a lack of presentness currently in your life, which is contributing to this cycle of overthinking, over worrying, over analyzing, and that's just leading to overworked, feeling burnt out, and feeling like you can't take it anymore. So let's see, we have the Four of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like you maybe feel like there's not enough. This can be like there's a sense of feeling like there's not enough, scarcity, or like, oh, okay, hold on, give me a second. What is this trying to tell me? I feel like you feel like there's not enough time, not enough information or resources or whatever it is to fully achieve what it is that you're trying to do. And maybe that's why you're so kind of scatterbrained almost, trying to think of all these things, trying to figure all this stuff out. And that's also why it's been hard to find joy and excitement and gratitude for where you've been, because it's like, how can I feel all those things when I feel a lack of security, when I feel like things are, when I'm feeling like I'm missing opportunities or something of that sort. And I understand that, right? Like, that makes sense. But unfortunately, something that we don't really want to hear is a lot of times is we are the problem. We are causing ourselves to miss out on opportunities or to miss out on ways of understanding or seeing things, because we are so stuck in this mindset or headspace of like, this just isn't working out, this is too much, there's too much going on, blah, 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 like all of that. I hope I'm explaining that okay. It's coming to my brain, but I feel like I'm having a little bit of a difficult time finding the correct words to properly explain it. But I feel like I'm doing okay, so definitely just let me know. But anyways, so I feel like through this month of May, you're being asked to slow down a little bit and to look in front of you. Right now is the time to look at what is in front of you, not the past, not the future. See what's in front of you and find some things that you can realize that are positive in your life, that are contributing to a secure future, that are contributing to your ability to step into a position where you're feeling more on top of things. There has to be something positive in your life. So I feel like the month of May is a time where you're slowing down, being in the present moment, and figuring out what you really have right in front of you. Time management is also coming up. We have more balance in your life. I feel like you're going to be, ooh, you know what? Okay. So, okay. 5 of Cups, right? This talks about failures, regrets, all of that. And so, with the balance card here, with the time management, or getting more balance in your life, because you're no longer focusing on the negatives, you're going to be turning around and focusing on your full cups, not your empty ones, shifting your perspective to getting out of the lack mindset, out of the scarcity mindset, out of one that lacks patience and gratitude. You're going to be bringing more balance into your life, and that way it'll also be bringing more freedom into your life. Freedom from your thoughts, freedom from like not having enough time. Like, all of this is going to be shifted. You just have to recognize that. So the month of May, I feel like, is really just going to be realizations, deeper understandings, and just more like aha moments after aha moments. It's getting all of this comprehension down, and then towards the end of May or either after May, that's when it's like, okay, Now the ball is moving. Now I have a comprehension of what the heck is holding me back. What is this mindset that's been holding me back? And now how you can do something different with that. So the month of May, you're going to be learning a whole lot, how to balance yourself better, how to let go of things better, how to slow and quiet your mind better. For some of you, meditation could be really, really positive. Here we have the Fool card. So when this is in reverse, it's like you are not allowing yourself to enjoy this new potential journey, this new chapter. You're so stuck. You're staying back in the past. You are suppressing a part of you that is like, okay, I have a new journey. I'm so excited and I'm going to trust it. I'm just going to walk on and not care about the fact that there is a cliff in front of me, because I trust that it's a teeny tiny step down and I'm going to be okay. This is embarking on a new journey with optimism and hope. And when it's in the reverse, there is that inner conflict, that inner resistance to not do that, because you are stuck in this loop of overthinking, overworking yourself, and focusing on all the wrong things. It's like control issues. Focus on the things you can control: your thoughts, your actions, and your words. Okay. And I guess we can't control our thoughts, right? Like, I have OCD. I get intrusive thoughts. I can't always control that, but I can control my belief system. So there you go. Queen of Cups, emotional stability and security, and vulnerability. So you're really being asked to be vulnerable with yourself, maybe even the people around you. It's time for some healing. It's time for some self-love. It's time for some self-nourishment. We have the Knight of Cups. And, oh, I love that this is in the reverse, the Eight of Swords. This is all about being bound by your thoughts, being bound by your belief system, being like the one thing that's getting in the way from your progress. And when this is in the reverse, it's letting go of that. You're no longer bound by those ideas, beliefs, and thoughts. You are moving past that. And with the Knight of Cups, this is about like creativity and passions, inspirations, and even like a new sense of love and romance into your life. And whether you're in a relationship or not, like, you can fall in love with yourself. You can fall in love with your life. You can romanticize your life. You can romanticize the things going on in your life. So this ability to breaking free from being bound by your thoughts and all of these things going on. I wish I would have said this earlier, but I knew you were going to get the Eight of Swords. I should have said it when that came into my brain, because it would have been cool to see it. Okay, whatever. Anyways, yeah, it's just really like the month of May is the time for getting the actual insights that you are deserving of, which is to slow down, love yourself, and shift that belief system into one that's supportive and not focusing on the lack. And here we have the Four of Cups, which is all about connecting with your intuition and trying out meditation. So I think meditation would be really good for you. It takes time, it takes consistency. So don't give up on yourself after 1 or 3 or 5 times of doing it and feeling like it's hard. It is hard. It takes time. But right now, you're ignoring the opportunities for connecting with your intuition and passion and creativity because you're so stuck in your head. Let go of that, and you will connect with your intuition on a much deeper level than you ever have, while simultaneously building your strength, love, and connection with yourself. Page of Swords. Look at that. I love it. Swords are so on theme for you right now. Page of Swords is a new idea, a new perspective, a new wave of clarity, a sense of seeing things. It's a very hopeful, young, lighthearted energy. So the month of May is full of aha moments. It's full of realizations, understandings of who you are, who you're meant to be, and who you are sick of being, who you're finally going to say, you know what? I'm not going to be that person anymore because I'm sick of feeling miserable. So let's do some more oracle cards and see what else is coming up. Heal. Please. Absolutely. Heal. Heal for yourself. Heal for the people around you. It's only going to do so much good for you. We also have trust. You have to trust in yourself and trust the process. Part of healing is healing that what's the word? Healing that instinctual feeling to doubt yourself, to doubt your abilities, to doubt the universe, all of those things, right? So building your trust with yourself, building your trust with the universe. Here we have memory. So perhaps when it comes to memory, like think of all the things that you have focused on when it comes to your past that haven't worked out, right? No. Try and not do that. Use your memory to your advantage. Think about all the times you have found joy in your life. How can you implement any little bit of that into your life now? Think of little you or teenage you or whatever it is, right? Use your memory to your advantage. Whenever things come up that make you feel shame or guilt or embarrassment, just let it go in one ear and out the other. It's just a thought. That doesn't mean it's your reality or your belief system. Let it go. Heal your mind and trust in yourself and the universe. Let's do one of these here. And then we'll do some little affirmation cards. Be bold and make the first move. Okay, so whenever you're on this healing journey, whenever you're on one that's shifting your perspective, shifting things around, it's like gonna be a little bit tricky at first because it's so natural maybe for you or just the norm for you to be in your head, overwhelmed, blah, 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 right? But you're gonna notice I'm doing the thing again. So it's up to you to get out of your comfort zone, to be bold and to make that first move and tell yourself, you know what? I am not going to react in this way. I'm not going to say this negative thing that I would normally say. Like, this is just one tiny example, right? But let's say you ran into the wall and then you dropped something and then your shirt got caught on your cabinet handle, right? Just all these little things. What you could do is you could say, my life is so annoying. Everything difficult always happens to me. Why is everything so hard? I hate this, right? I am guilty of doing that. But you can recognize that was frustrating. And as you are about to make your big exhale of a grunt before you say these grumpy things, what you can do is catch yourself, take your big exhale, but release it, just let it go, and then say, I'm not going to say those negative things, because how is that helping me? You're just going to go, okay, anyways, and then move on, Don't give it more energy than it needs to. Believe there is good in the world. Absolutely. Believe there is good in the world. There's good in you. There is good in the world. There's good in everybody. No matter what we are seeing all over the place on social media, there is good. Enjoy where you are now. And you are going to be great today. That is something you should always tell yourself. Believe it. When you believe that you're going to have a hard time, you will have a hard time. And even when you believe that you're going to have a good time and you start to have a hard time, that's okay. It's a part of the process. You just have to remind yourself, it's okay. This hard time doesn't define me because I am still going to be great today. I am just going to use this opportunity as one to practice being gentle with myself, kind with myself. I'm going to fix this situation. I'm not going to dog on myself for having a hard time. Even when I said I'm going to be great, I'm going to recognize I'm human and have empathy for myself and continue to be great by having empathy for myself. So group number 2, that is your reading for your month of May predictions. It's a lot of self-reflection. Allow yourself to go through this transformation. Heal, find love, find trust, and shift that lack mindset into one that's grateful and thankful and happy to be where you are. So I'm really excited for you. This will be a lot of hard work this month, but you got this. With that being said, I will see you in the next one. Bye. Group 3, this is going to be a reading on your month of May predictions. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So let's start with 3 tarot cards and then we will go from there. So to start, we have the High Priestess in reverse. We have the 10 of Pentacles in the upright. Ooh, love that. And let's see what else. Ooh, okay, 3 of Cups in reverse. So what this is telling me is that month of May is going to be focusing on your family, on yourself, on your abundance, on your home. So for some of you, maybe you live by yourself. That's okay. That's still focusing on the overall harmony and abundance in where you are at, in your home, in your own personal space. For those of you that do have a family, it's focusing on that, okay? So through this, what this is telling me is like, May is going to be a time where you're taking more time for yourself. You're being called to get more in touch with your intuition and to work through any blocks in your subconscious mind. We can take a look at that here in just a second. And perhaps say no to more social events, more outings, more time with friends, right? So not isolating yourself, but recognizing like there could be some really incredible progress from finding power and opportunity in your time alone. And like I said, like the High Priestess is all about your intuition or your subconscious mind, uncovering hidden truth, hidden knowledge. And I feel like there is something deep down in you that you either know or maybe don't know. It kind of depends. We'll kind of take a look here, but something in your subconscious mind that is either blocking you or will help contribute to you creating this abundance and harmony in your life. So you're being called to connect with that more, to figure out what is that information that can bring me here. And the way that you're going to start connecting to yourself more is let's take some more time for yourself. Maybe say no to some more things than you normally would have. Putting yourself first this month of May. And it's all going to be for the purpose of creating more stability, more freedom, time, and harmony in your life. Here we have the Page of Wands. Page of Wands is all about potential and opportunity, hope and inspiration. Like that's time for a new, like a new beginning. It's like, I had these ideas, I have this inspiration, and I am admiring it. Like think of the little leaves on this wand as the teeny bit of inspiration. And he's like, I'm really going to give this the time of day. It's not just a cool idea. It's, you know what, I'm actually going to give it the time of day and see what happens when I allow myself to get curious about it. Here we have the Nine of Wands. So this talks about having a hard time pushing through, persevering. Maybe there could be some struggles of feeling burnt out, or some struggles of just feeling maybe in the past like, oh, I've been waiting so long for this, or I've tried so hard for this and it just hasn't worked out. So you're being asked to let go of those limiting beliefs and to keep pushing through. Don't give up on yourself. Yes, consistency. There has probably been some problems with consistency when it comes to this. So really like be intentional about the time that you're spending with yourself. Maybe connecting with your intuition for you looks like journaling. Maybe it looks like meditation. Maybe it looks like just sitting outside. Like there could be so many different ways to connect with yourself and to uncover what's going on in your subconscious mind. And through that, it's going to take some consistency and your ability to, I feel like part of the subconscious block is the subconscious belief that you just can't do it, that you don't have the time, you don't have the discipline, you don't have the energy, right? All those things. So dig deeper within your mind and say, where do these beliefs come from? Is it past experiences? Are these things other people have told me? Here we have the Seven of Pentacles. This talks about long-term vision and long-term view. So right now, you are in the planting seeds era of your life. So you better get some patience. It's all about your dedication and consistency throughout this next time frame that will lead to the inevitable enjoyment and success and abundance and fulfillment in your life. You just have to enjoy the journey. That's the big message here, is like enjoy the journey, enjoy the process, get inspired for the bigger picture, but don't get lost. Don't get so lost in that you aren't seeing the bigger the present picture anymore. Okay. Here we have the Sun card in reverse. So this tells me that there's a disconnect between you and your true self, your authentic self. And that can happen whenever we feel out of place with our timeline. Like we feel like things aren't moving how they need to be moving. So once you can connect with yourself more, stay consistent, do all the things that you should be doing, you're going to realize that you're starting to shine brighter. You get more motivated, more energy, have more success. Here we have the King of Wands. He, in reverse, is somebody who is not taking a leadership position in their lives. So again, that can come from those kind of I'm going to call them excuses, right? They might feel very real to us, and maybe sometimes they are, but they're also kind of excuses of, feeling like we don't have enough time. We don't have the energy. We just don't really feel like it. Or maybe this other thing happened, so now we can't do that, right? So again, when those things happen, you're building distrust in yourself. The more that you can say you're going to do something and you do it, you build trust in yourself, which allows you to radiate even more. You become brighter, you become more authentic, you become more joyful because you're building trust in yourself. So through this month of May, not only will you be getting the insight and knowledge to work through some conscious blocks and really plant some seeds to get to where you're going, but it's also going to be one of finding your authentic self. Okay. Here we have the Queen of Swords. She is all about truth. She is very direct. She's to the point, and she's great at establishing boundaries, which is what you are going to be practicing as well this month. So that could look like boundaries with yourself, boundaries with the people around you, boundaries to anything that's going to help further you and your goal of harmony, abundance, and self-worth and self-belief. Also, another thing that's coming up with truths, I feel like you're going to be facing some truths when it comes to facing your subconscious mind. I think you are going to be realizing like, oof, I kind of have been putting these limits on myself. Here we have the Page of Pentacles. So this is a opportunity for abundance. So yeah, once you start doing this, you're going to recognize, here it is. Like, it's making sense. I am getting the answers. I'm making choices based off of the answers that I'm getting, and I'm seeing these opportunities trickle into my hand. It's all working out. So as soon as you notice any teeny tiny little thing that could lead you in your direction of this, right? Abundance, harmony, happiness, joy, all those things. Any tiny little thing. It could be you found $1 on the side of the road. That's when you need to acknowledge like, ooh, I see the opportunities falling into my hand. Thank you, universe, for providing me with this little bit of potential. You know what I'm saying? Then here we have the Knight of Swords. So you're also being asked to slow down, slow your thought process. It may be easy to overthink things, and a part of creating what it is that you want and letting go of subconscious blocks is to be able to have that ability to kind of like trust in what it is that you want for yourself, but like get that clear idea of what it is that you want for yourself and then let it go. Just start making aligned actions in the proper direction. Don't continuously think about it, go over it in your brain. Don't like harp on that, because that means that you still doubt it. You don't believe that it's yours. You don't believe that it's possible, and it inevitably is going to block it. So let's do some oracle cards. See what else is coming up for your month of May, group 3. Adaptation and provide. So let's start with provide. Provide is going to be really referencing like, what are you providing yourself with? Think about self-care, self-nourishment. Are you providing yourself with love and empathy? Are you providing yourself with patience and gratitude? And then with adaptation, whatever, think about being flexible. Like with the octopus, he can get really big, he can get really small, and he can change colors. So recognize that you are very capable of doing that too in your own way. Being more in flow state, adaptable, go with the flow. You know what I'm saying? So that's the ability to let go of those worries, because you know that you can adapt to whatever environment it is that you need to get you to where you need to be. So I think through this month of May, it's planting those seeds, getting those insights on what your subconscious blocks may be, and being in a position where you're trying to get in more of a flow mindset, one that's not focused on controlling outside factors, but controlling the things that we do have control over, which is our beliefs, our words, and our actions. The answers you need are coming. They are, because you're going to be taking time to look inward, to connect with your intuition, to work through those blocked subconscious beliefs. The more you do that, the more clarity and insight and truth you will be receiving. So let's do some mantra cards, see what else comes up for you. I create my own path and I walk it with joy. Again, finding that gratitude for the situation, like, that changes everything. It changes everything. The more that I've been doing that for myself, oh my gosh. Good things are ahead. Believe it and tell yourself that. Absolutely. I am patient and kind. Today, I will have courage and confidence. I am loved just for being who I am. Wow, I love your little last messages here. They are so sweet. They are so spot on. Definitely, you should be telling yourself these things every single day. So group 3, that is your reading. I am excited for you. This is going to be a month of answers, a month of insight, and planted seeds for so much huge potential and progress in your life. So thank you so much for spending time with me and listening to me yap about your month of May. Oh my gosh, cannot talk. Anyways, I will see you in the next one. Bye. Group 4, this is going to be your reading on your month of May. So let's go ahead and get right into it. First, I'm going to start with 3 tarot cards and then we will go from there. So Group 4, your month of May. Here we have 7 of Swords, 4 of Cups, and what else is coming up for you? The Devil. Okay. So I feel like it is time to really address some things. I feel like you have been ignoring some... Okay, let me start over. I think you probably already know what I'm about to be talking about. I think subconsciously or intuitively or just somewhere in the back of your mind, you are already aware of this. But there are some things that you have been ignoring when it comes to your intuition, when it comes to maybe some of the dynamics around you, and that's holding you back. And I say that because the 7 of Swords is almost like walking on eggshells energy. It's like tiptoeing. It's having to be really strategic. And the Devil card is toxic habits, patterns, people, or things that are holding you back. And this over here is you, like you have been feeling like you have to think so hard just to stay safe. Like you are walking on eggshells, and just like tiptoeing around things. You're not like I feel like maybe you're not in a position where you feel like you're able to really do the things that you need for yourself because you are so focused on doing this because it's like that's what's going to keep you feeling safe and secure, right? And then we have the Devil card. This is also surrounding you, which is just, it could be, I feel like this is a person. I feel like this is a person or people. This is getting kind of specific. So this maybe only applies to some of you, but I feel like some of you are in a toxic relationship and that's holding you back. I feel like maybe some of you are in a toxic relationship with a substance, maybe addiction. That's also holding you back. You're having to be kind of secretive, tiptoe around it, and that's feeling difficult. Maybe tiptoeing around facing that with yourself. In some form or fashion, this is some type of addictive and abusive relationship, whether that's with a substance, a person, a job, a habit, something like that. And it's so interesting that we have the labradorite stone on you, on your card pile, because this one not only helps with connecting with your psychic ability, your intuition, but it also helps with addiction. It also helps let go of bad habits. So if you don't have any, I recommend you get some, but let's go ahead and do some more cards to figure out what's going on here. We have the Knight of Cups. So this has to do with your creativity, passions, and romance in your life. And when it's in the reverse, there's a lack of that. It's almost like creative block or an inability to connect with that part of yourself. Here we have the Justice card reverse and the King of Cups in reverse. So things are so imbalanced in your life. You haven't had the time of day to really focus on yourself or do the things for yourself because you have been so consumed with whatever it is that's not allowing you to fully address and face your emotions. I feel like this month of May, you are no longer going to be ignoring these things. You're going to be facing them. You're going to have realizations. You're going to be connecting with your intuition. And part of that is addressing the way that you feel, addressing your emotions, and no longer ignoring them, no longer tiptoeing around the fact that you are completely unhappy and want different for yourself and your life. And through that, you will be becoming more in touch and connected with your emotions. And then here we have the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles is all about an imbalance in your life with your time, your energy, your sense of security. And I feel like that makes a lot of sense because if you haven't been putting yourself first and you've been in a situation that's bringing you down, there's absolutely going to be an imbalance in your time and your energy and all of that. And then next we have the Emperor. So this is a good thing. So this is all heavy. This is all really hard, right? But for those of you who make the conscious effort to realize, like, I am not happy. This is not where I want to be. I will be doing whatever I can to connect with myself more, to seek these answers from the universe, God, spirit, myself, however you want to look at it, and do the right thing. Doing the right thing is cutting away, right? Like, look at this. Justice has a sword. Not only is there imbalance, but there needs to be a balance. And the way you're going to bring it to a balance is by cutting away the toxic crap in your life. Okay. That's what's happening. So month of May, you're getting insights, realizations, and the drive and inspiration and energy to step up into a position of control and power in your life by saying no and letting go of the toxic things or people that are holding you down. I dropped a card, so give me a second. Let me find it. Where'd it go? Okay, found it. Ooh, and then we have the Wheel of Fortune. So this is success. This is the ending of negative cycles. This is like, we did it. I got out of it. I am now stepping into my power. I am letting go of the people or things that are holding me back. And I am ready to move on to the next cycle of life. And then we have the Magician. What fantastic 3 cards to end up on, right? So you've been going through something very heavy. You are stepping into your power and using your magic, your ability to believe in yourself, your strength to have trust in your purpose and your story in your life, like all of that, right? And through all of that, you're going to have so much success with this. So whatever people, habits, situations in your life that are holding you back, the month of May, you are having these realizations and you are cutting it out. You are breaking up with that toxic partner. You are saying goodbye to those friends that make you doubt yourself, doubt your ability and self-worth. You are saying goodbye to those not so healthy habits. Maybe some of you want to stop smoking. Maybe some of you want to stop doing other things that are a little bit heavier than smoking cigarettes. Maybe some of you are wanting to eat healthier. That can be an addiction, sugar addiction, all sorts of stuff, right? There can be so many things that you can find yourself addicted to, even social media, like it just, the list goes on. So whatever it is, you're cutting it out. You're creating more balance and freedom. You're allowing yourself to face your emotions, to face your intuition, be vulnerable with yourself, to really get a good, comprehensive understanding of what's holding you back. And you're stepping into your power, using your magic to create the reality that you know you are deserving of, and you will have great success with that. And I feel like this Wheel of Fortune card is more so like end of May leading into June. Okay, so May is mainly figuring out what the heck's going on and cutting it out, making that choice to move on. We also have the Four of Wands. This is a sense of harmony and celebration and success. It's like, oh my gosh, I really feel like some of you, this is getting out of a bad relationship. And the people around you are going to be like, yay, you did it. You seem so much happier. This is the best thing you could have done for yourself. For others, this is you are getting sober. Now you can celebrate. You can be proud of yourself because you're doing the hard thing. For others of you, this could just be, again, cutting out those things. You're proud of yourself. You can celebrate with your friends and family or just yourself, but it's creating more of that harmony and happiness in your own stability. We have the Page of Cups in reverse. So there's a message waiting for you, okay? This is like, you need to connect with your intuition, because right now in the reverse, this is like, okay, it's there, but you still haven't heard it yet. So you are really being like asked to tune in with your intuition, because there's a message waiting for you to be heard. It's to only help you further down the correct path. It's to help you connect with yourself. It's to help you understand your needs, your desires, get more in touch with that emotional side of things, get more in touch with your passions, your creativity, find yourself, what brings you joy. I feel like that's a part of what your intuition is trying to tell you, is like the things that bring you joy, that's what you need to step into. And if you're not sure what brings you joy, you will be discovering that along this journey. And lastly, Ace of Swords in reverse. So with the Ace of Swords being in reverse, think of this card as like a new idea, a breakthrough, a new comprehension and understanding of things. And when it's in the reverse, this just means that we just don't have clarity on what exactly this full picture is going to look like. We know we'll have success with it. We know we're going to be stepping up into more of a position of power into our lives, and there will be celebratory moments. We know we're going to be connecting with our intuition, but what exactly will this life look like for me? What will my new mindset be? What things will be happening in my life? And we don't have answers on that, but we do know that this is a breakthrough and this is a needed one. So having that trust that like it's going to be okay, even though I don't have all the answers, is really, really important. And the more you tap in with your intuition and connect with yourself, the more answers you will get. Here we have grow. Oh my gosh, so look at this imagery. Literally cutting off the tail, right? Sometimes you have to cut parts of yourself away in order for you to grow. This could look like cutting those old habits away, cutting those toxic people out of your life. It might feel like a loss at first, but oh my gosh, you're just gonna grow back so much better and stronger. And we have patience. Absolutely be patient with yourself, kind with yourself. All of that is so important throughout this process, because whenever we let go of something or try and cut out something of our lives that's not serving us anymore, it feels uncomfortable. It feels hard, because even though we know that's not serving us, that's been our norm. So automatically our body is going to feel safer when we're engaging in that thing that's tearing us down. So you have to have patience with yourself, because you can't just flip a switch and change. If we could do that, then we would have changed already, right? You have to have empathy and patience for yourself throughout the process and recognize that healing is not linear. Adjustments are required. These adjustments are obviously getting rid of the toxic things in your life. And it's also going to be, again, like I really feel like it's so important that you recognize you can't shame yourself into change. You can only love yourself into change. So you're going to need to make some adjustments when it comes to you maybe recognizing that things are feeling a little bit hard. You got to be nice to yourself. You can't get frustrated. I mean, you can like, obviously, if your initial reaction is to get frustrated, whatever, but it's like, recognize that that's not a bad thing. Like, it's okay to have those feelings and to have them get brought up. Just have empathy for yourself in it. Positive thoughts. Think of the bright side. Think of the good thing. Yes, you are losing these things in your life that aren't serving you, that might feel uncomfortable and painful, but think of all the space that you're making room for all the beautiful things in your life. Think about that. Don't focus on the lack. Nothing is too hard for me. Absolutely. Absolutely. You are capable of doing literally anything. Enjoy where you are now. Now that might feel really difficult because you're in the thick of things, but you can enjoy where you are because you are recognizing that you are going to be doing different. Get excited about this. This is like a huge pivotal point in your life. You're making a huge transformation. So enjoy that. Enjoy that you are at a point in your life where you have recognized, I need to make these big choices. Like, that's huge, that's exciting, and that's
only going to take you to many, many great places. So group 4, I'm sending you a lot of love, because I know this reading was a little bit heavy, but it had a beautiful, beautiful outcome and ending. So I'm so excited for you, and thanks for spending time with me while I yap about your month of May, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!